What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap. Juan Soto, his career high in home runs is 35. He's on pace to blow right past that. His former teammate Jurickson Profar is literally a bum for every other team not named the Padres. His career numbers make no sense. We had a rookie take a no-hitter nearly into the 8th inning, but analytics might have ruined his chance at going the distance. A random Guardians trade is proving to be one of the best over the last few years, and prime Miguel Andujar, he might finally be back. Just a reminder, everyone, Recap is presented by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy for 20 bucks off your purchase, and if you use my code Fuzzy on Underdog Fantasy, they'll give you a new user special and up to $250 in bonus cash. So we're going to start off with the Phillies at the Giants. This game was all pitching and defense early on. Cody Clemens and Matt Chapman, they traded web gems back and forth at third base. Zach Wheeler and the Phillies staff, they were basically unhittable, while the Giants deployed an opener and a bunch of relief arms. They were pretty good as well. Spencer Howard and Patrick Bailey turned a sick strike him out, throw him out to end the 5th inning. You don't see those very often. Same with a catcher having a 17-game hit streak, which is exactly what JT Realmuto has after that double. Nothing came of it, though. And speaking of nothing, it's still nothing after the 6th inning because Wheeler punched out 9 over 6 shutout. He only allowed 2 base hits. His ERA is at 2.32. It's just that everyone on the Giants also lowered their ERA. They tossed 10 shutout, and then they walk it off on a sac fly. The Giants, they beat the Phillies 1-0. Unlike that last game, the Guardians and the Rockies had no issue at all with scoring. Jose Ramirez blasted off for a 2-run home run. That's 11 home runs in the month of May. He also has 32 RBIs this month. I mean, he's the first Cleveland player since Travis Hafner in 2006 with 30 plus, and I think the most ever was Jim Thome with 39 in 1 month. That home run started an avalanche of scoring for both teams, and even as a Guardians fan, I was cool with this home run because Chris Bryant, I love the guy. He's a Vegas kid. I want him to go off and earn that contract. Cleveland, they reclaim the lead until Alawis Montero, he ties it again. Already, that is 3 2-run home runs on the day. Make it 4. Josh Naylor, he launched a go-ahead 2-run home run to end an 0 for 17 mini skid he was in. Kyle Manzardo, he's breaking out. He had 3 base hits and 2 doubles in this one. That's the 7th run for Cleveland. The Rockies answered right back after a Blackman RBI and a wild pitch. McMahon, his RBI single ties it at 7. I'm thinking this game is never going to end, but then I remembered every day is Friday. David Fry with a 3-run home run. He's got 7 home runs, 23 RBIs, and an insane 221 OPS plus. Josh Naylor, he pimped one to outer space. He had 2 home runs and 5 RBIs on the night. He's up to 15 home runs and 40 RBIs. Before we move on, I just have to say that the David Fry trade is shaping up to be one of the best for Cleveland over the last few years. They traded him for a guy who's literally banned. David Fry came from the Brewers. He was traded for JC Mejia, who got popped not just once, but twice. I think that he's now pitching overseas or something like that. So the dude's literally banned, and in return, the Guardians got David Fry. Also, they got Josh Naylor in that Mike Clevenger trade, so that trade is the gift that keeps on giving. All right, so we had a doubleheader down in Citi Field. Game 1 nearly started with a Teoscar Hernandez home run, but Tyrone Taylor, he brought it back in. He didn't catch it, but it also only hit leather, so it's a live ball, not a home run. Miguel, he got Hayward to dribble out. No damage through 2, but here's some damage. Lindor, he needed this in the worst way. Glasnow, he's obviously not happy, and it doesn't help that his counterpart, Tyler McGill, he was shredding up Glasnow's offense. McGill held the Dodgers in check for 7 shutout with 9 punchies. He even struck out the side in his final frame, but he's not going to get a W. Look at how the Mets gave up their first run. Beatty dropped a double play ball, then Ohtani beat out another double play ball. He's just way too fast. Freddie, he found a hole, so it's 2-1, and we have a bunt. Chris Taylor got it down. Ottavino just whiffed it, and Teoscar scores. Daniel Hudson, he then made Jeff McNeil spike his bat in frustration after striking him out, and Hudson shushes the crowd. LA kept teeing off, and they kept rallying as they put up a 3 spot that New York could not answer. Betts had an RBI single. Freddie had a 2-run jack. Sorry, Mets fans. So the Dodgers storm back to take game number 1, and that's allowed first run and game number 2. Will Smith, he now has 7 home runs on the year. LA rookie starter Gavin Stone, he was stone cold. What about rock solid? Whatever stone pun you want to come up with, he was insane. He struck out the side in the first, and the Mets, they couldn't really do much against his pitch mix. Stone got another run on a Miggy Road double. Harrison Bader obviously did not really read it well off the bat, and Andy Pages, he can fly on the bases. Gavin Stone, he struck out Vientos looking for a 7th and final strikeout. Miguel Vargas, he's on the team again. He has all the talent in the world. That's his first big league home run since last year. He had a really nice future star card in MLB The Show. Not like every future star card ends up being a star, but you know what I mean. He's pretty good. Alex Vesia secured his second save. He was hyped up after getting DJ Stewart swinging. He struck out 3 over 2 no-hit frames to end that game, by the way. The Dodgers, they're officially 13 games over 500. The Yankees are like 19 games over 500, but crazy enough, if they do not win this game, Cleveland will be in the #1 spot in all of the American League, which is still blowing my mind. Juan Soto, more like Juan, just hit a solo home run, 425 feet and the bat flip. He's homered in almost every stadium in the big leagues. Angel Stadium was not one of them, so he adds that to his little home run tool belt. What, Kevin Pillar? What is this guy eating for breakfast? That 2-run moonshot gives him 6 on the season. He's hitting .350 with 24 RBIs and 6 stolen bases. He has literally been Mike Trout in Mike Trout's absence. This is fun. Anthony Volpe, he just made some insane history, and as a baseball fanboy and baseball stat nut, this had me juiced. Anthony became the second 23-year-old Yankee to have a 20-game hit streak. The other, Joe freaking DiMaggio. Anytime I can bring up Joe DiMaggio's name, I'm a happy guy. Skipping to the 4th, Juan, he flicked one to shallow left, and DJ, he's back in the lineup. He scores the tie at 2. And oh no, Angels fans, Austin Wells, he cracks a double, and Rizzo, he scores easy. But Glaber, he was thrown out at home, which was huge. It's huge because it kept the game at 3-2, and after Juan Soto looked silly on a changeup, Rizzo, he could not make the play at first base, so that allows the Angels to have another free out, basically. Multiple runners are on. The Yankees bring in their Terminator, Clay Holmes, and Taylor Ward played John Connor. Taylor Ward's 2-run double put his squad up by 1, and Carlos Estevez, he took care of the rest in a 1-2-3 9th inning. The Angels do come away with a rare win against the Yankees. 5 runs were scored in this first inning of the Red Sox and Orioles game. Willie Abreu, he is a legit stud. Nothing more to add. Devers, he tacked on an RBI single after Willier's home run. They're up 2-0. Baltimore does not like that at all. They stole the lead back instantly. Colton Cowser beat out an infield RBI single, and Jordan Westberg, he shot one the other way for a big 2 RBI knock. It's now 3-2 Baltimore. The extra base machine, Jarren Duran, he just tied it. He split the gap. He's actually going to try and score on a Devers bloop, and his speed allows him to score. Gunnar, he makes that play 9 times out of 10, but it's just outside the reach. Boston starter Brian Bayo, he was disgusting after the first inning. He strikes out Mateo, Gunnar, and Alley in order to strike out the side in the second. He had 7 strikeouts on the day. G-Rod, Grayson Rodriguez, he was also pretty good after a terrible start. He struck out 10 hitters on the night. His final out of the 6th was strikeout number 10, which, by the way, sets a career high. It's just that after he came out, Boston got to scoring again. Devers scores after he tripled, and Connor Wong drove him home. Rob Refsnyder, he's facing a lefty, so that's as automatic as it gets. In general, though, Rob has been really good this year. He's hitting .347 with 13 RBIs. The Red Sox, they're 28-27. They're back to 2.5 games back of the wild card. What am I looking at? Is it snowing? Is it raining? What is going on down in Minnesota? Jose Miranda's 2-run single up the gut went from looking like a winter wonderland to looking kind of fine on another broadcast angle, but I know it's for sure raining. We had some drama in the 3rd inning. Buxton, he dribbled out, and his knee hit Vinny Pasquantino's leg. Royals fans lit up social media. They were saying that was on purpose. How could you do that to us, Buxton? You're injured all the time. Why would you want to injure another player? But I don't think it was on purpose. Buxton, he's a nice guy. I'm kind of thinking this game's over. That's just the vibes, but is it really over? Manuel Margot, he laced an RBI double for the Twins' 3rd run, but Kansas City, they got 2 runs on a Garrett Hampson RBI single and an RBI ground out from Kyle Isbell. It's now 3-2 Twins. Eddie Julian, he got one of those back for a big insurance run in the 8th inning. Buxton, he scores easy. Skipping to the 9th, Salvi, he just missed the home run. That is a long double. They don't have another catcher, so they can't use Darren Blanco as a pinch runner. Adam Frazier singles. There's Blanco. He takes off for second base. He's thrown out. What a tag and throw. Not really a throw, but what a tag from Carlos Correa. He just got some leather on him. Duran, he got MJ swinging, and then Duran ran it up to 103 against Nick Lofton. He has 8 saves on the year. The Royals, out of nowhere, they've lost 3 in a row. We have an easy game down in Tampa Bay. A's pitcher Mitch Spence, he got some help from Zach Geloff on defense. Not an easy play right there because the ball gets lost in the ceiling like crazy in Tropicana. Like, you got to find it and then you lose it. You find it and then you lose it because that's just what happens in Tampa. Mitch Spence helped himself out to a few strikeouts in the 3rd, and he held the Rays scoreless. And would you look at that? Look who gave him the lead. Miguel Andujar popped off for a huge 3-run missile. He went 3 for 4 in his first game of the season a few days ago. That's his first home run as an A. Remember, he torched spring training. He looked a whole lot better. Mitch Spence, he's still out there. He strikes out catcher Ben Rortfit, and there it goes. Caballero, he ruins the no-hitter. Spence was at 100 pitches, so he stood no chance of completing it, but I wanted to give him a little round of applause. The bullpen got the final 2 outs in the 6th, so Mitch does keep his shutout. It's Miller time. Mason, he punched out 2 in the the 9th inning for his 11th save. He wasn't perfect though, and it's crazy to say that he allowed a walk and a hit, and that was the first time all game that Tampa got a runner into scoring position. But again, Mason now has 11 saves. The Rays, they fall to 26 and 29. CJ Abrams finally secured his first base hit versus Max Fried. He doubles to start the first and immediately ruined his double. He thought that the ball was going to drop behind Ozzie. Instead, he's backpicked for the double play. Jake Irvin was sick for the Nationals. He struck out the side to kickstart his outing, and both starters, both he and Max Fried, were disgusting. Fried got some help from Duvall in right field. He's through 6 scoreless. Give Jake 6 shutty as well. He strikes out Adam Duvall and Austin Riley to get himself to double-digit strikeouts. He held Atlanta to just 2 base hits as well. He had to empty the tank though, so he's out the game. And Jacob Barnes, oof. Marcell Ozuna's 16th home run broke the stalemate, and then Kelnicki added an insurance run for Max Fried on a sac fly. Fried, he's out there in the 8th. He got Riley Adams for his 6th and final strikeout. Then on pitch 103, he rolls over Jacob Young. His ERA is back under 3. Rizzelli struck out the former Atlanta postseason hero Eddie Rosario. The Braves, they sealed their MLB best 9th shutout. One more shutout to recap, and clearly it was not the Padres getting blanked. Profar has been a cheat code as a Padre. He has 8 home runs and 35 RBIs. If you put him on any other team, he's buns. He's absolutely dog water, but if you put him on the Padres, he's an MVP type player. Luis Ariz just won NL Player of the Week. There he is, hitting a single. Tatis a single as well. Ducks are on a pond for Profar. That's 3 straight singles. Profar is hitting over 320. He now has 35 RBIs. We're in the 8th now. Manny Machado, he singles, and Donnie Barrels makes it 4-0. We'll talk about the San Diego starter in a second, because this Jeremiah Estrada guy is a freak. He makes MLB history by striking out Jesus Sanchez. That's 11 strikeouts in a row. Make it 12 strikeouts in a row. Can he get to 13? He does. He has 13 consecutive strikeouts. He's the first pitcher to ever do that. All of them, by the way, were on swings. The Padres win 4-0, and I can't really move on because we have 8 knuckleball punch-outs to show. Matt Waldron struck out 8 over 7 shutout, all of them on the knuckleball. We must all come together and make sure he does not get a diamond in MLB The Show 24. I will uninstall the game if that happens. Just like the Padres made light work of the Marlins, St. Louis did the exact same to Cincinnati. Mason Wynn, there he is with an RBI double to score Donovan. Nolan Arenado, wait, that's his first home run against a lefty all year. Better late than never, I guess. Kyle Gibson, he was shredding on the bump. He's got a no-hitter. Never mind, Will Benson. He ruined everything. The no-hitter, the shutout. Will has 8 home runs and 8 stolen bases, but he's hitting 199 with an MLB worst 74 strikeouts. Gibson, I will tip my cap. He was great nonetheless. He struck out 6. He's now gone 6+ innings in 9 of his 11 starts. The other Nolan went yard. I don't know if that's Nolan squared or Nolan to the second power. It's kind of the same thing. But Nolan Gorman is a power threat anytime he steps in the box. Ellie, he made a sick play later to end the 8th after St. Louis picked up another run to make it 6-1. His tool belt is insane. He threw a seed. Ivan Herrera, his second base hit of the night, brought home Goldie. I'm kind of speeding through this because the Cardinals, they're 4th in team OPS and top 10 in ERA over the last 14 days. They're starting to look good. I wanted to kind of make sure I talked about that before moving on. So we just saw an NL Central pitcher take a no-hitter into the 6th. How about we find another NL Central guy who went 6+ no innings? What? Who went 6+ no-hit innings? There we go. Good job, brain. Wait, actually, real quick, we do have to show Michael Busch tattooing a long solo home run to center. That made Freddie Peralta angry. He dialed it up to 99, 100 all game. He leaves after striking out 11 Cubs in 5 2/3. That is not easy to do at all. He has 82 strikeouts in 62 innings pitched this year. Rookie Ben Brown, he was also dialing it up as well. He can light up the radar gun just like Freddie. He also has a sick knuckle curve. He used those pitches to go through 6 no-hit innings. He's back out for the 7th. Please, God, no. Willie, he cranked one to deep center. Bellinger from the heavens. He saves the no-hitter. He saves the shutout. That glove does not slump. Then Ben struck out Bowers for his 10th strikeout, and his day is done. Craig Counsell wanted to be careful and save Ben from himself. He was at 93 pitches. That is idiotic. Ben Brown, he was just robbed of throwing a no-hitter, at least in my opinion. Milwaukee, they broke the no-hitter in the 8th on a free league single. Then the shutout is gone in the 9th. Willie got that one to land after Neris balked, so Yelly's in scoring position. He ties easy. Adames, he's hosed that second, which was big because that got Chicago to scoring again, and they felt bad for Brown, who lost his W. Singles from Tachman and Belly made it 3-1. Happ drove in 2 more, and Busch had had his second RBI of the day, so it ends up being 6 runs. And even though the Brewers did score a few, Chicago, they do stop the bleeding. They stop their 5-game losing streak. George Springer is going to have to get on his horse to start this game. IKF, he rips one down the left field line. George is moving. He does eventually score. Davis Schneider, he refuses to stop producing and driving in runs. He scorches an almost 3-run home run. He settles for a 2-run double. Davis made it a 3 RBI night after a sac fly in the 6th. The Blue Jays, they got it going again in the 8th. Bo, he found a hole. Justin Turner had a 2 RBI single the other way. Toronto, they wrap up an easy 7-2 W. And I didn't even have a chance to show Kevin Gausman. He only struck out 3, but he went 6 innings with 1 earned run allowed. I don't care who it is. This series might prove to be huge for the Jays' confidence moving forward. I know it's the White Sox, but they're back to being 5 games of a wild card spot. Their offense and pitching has looked a whole lot better. Well, actually, not really. I'm kind of lying, but against the White Sox, they've been better. Here we go. We have a World Series rematch. Jordan Montgomery finally got his World Series ring. It's cool to see him chop it up with his buddies he won a chip with. Arizona, they took an early 2-0 lead after Pavin Smith doubled in Walker, and Pavin scores after Lowe made a nice play in foul territory, just a little bit late on the throw home. In the next frame, Arizona said, nah, we don't want to face Corey Seager. They hit him with the intentional walk, and then Josh Smith, he said, I'm going to take that personally. He cut it to a 1-run game, and now it makes sense why they walked Seager. Corey's 5th home run in the last week gives the Rangers a 4-2 lead, and if you're not looking at the screen, please look. Suarez, he skied a ball to Adolis. Arizona, they want this sac fly. Adolis unleashed it. He got there without a hop, and they just missed it. Wait. They're going to the replay. They got him out. He's actually hosed. Adolis, he completes the double play. Kirby Yates, he slams the door in the 9th inning for his 8th save. The Rangers, look at them. They've won 2 in a row. Here we go. We got the Astros in Seattle. After J-Rod got Seattle on the board with an RBI flare to right field, Houston, they answered right back with a Jeremy Pena. So wait, I got you guys. Again. Luke Raley, he put on the moon shoes and made the leaping catch. Can't rob this one, though. Alex Bregman, he smokes a 2-run Breggy bomb. That was off of Luis Castillo, who only gave up those 2 runs. He struck out 6 over 6. Hunter Brown, he was disgusting. He struck out 9 Mariners over 6 innings. I'm really hoping that he can build off of this and find consistency. So it's still 2-1 Houston after 6. Mitch Haniger, he laced a double down the line. They brought in a pinch runner, Jonathan Clase. He gets the 3rd on the wild pitch from Presley. Presley walks Ryan Bliss, who was blazing fast as well. And Josh Rojas, he hit a ringing RBI single off the bag to tie it. J-Rod, he steps in. He taps it, and Ryan Bliss, he's way too fast to throw out at home. J-Rod, he ends up being safe anyways. The go-ahead and the extra run score on the errant throw. It's now 4-2, and former Astro Ryan Stanek, he secures the save. The Mariners have won 3 games in a row, and they're the first team in the AL West to 30 Ws. That does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate every single one of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and enjoy the web gems.
And this is hit to shallow right. Charlie.
Line shot left center. Long run, Rafaela. Oh, what a play.
Ball is lifted high in the air to left. Benintendi at the warning track. And he missed.
Skied in the air towards the top of the dome. And looks like it's going to come down in foul territory. Oh, my.
Hit hard to the ground. Morel flags it down to his left. Throws to first. Jammed him. Gino charges bare hand do or die and makes a terrific.